Behind the Number. My name is Madison Surface, and this week we're taking a look at a Noblesville, Indiana softball player who was not only all-conference and all-state, but in her sophomore season, she broke her school record of most home runs in a season. She's now going into her senior year ranked 6th in the state of Indiana. This is Ella White.
When I was little, I played a lot of sports, but I got into softball. I played t-ball first with my brother, and then I kind of just fell in love with it. Like, I always played other sports. I did basketball, I did volleyball, but softball was always my number one. I loved it from the beginning, so.
I knew when she was roughly about 10. There's one story that sticks in my mind. She had just changed teams and went to this team for the first time. And she sat for the championship game. She was not in that game. So you could see how frustrated and how much it bothered her. And that whole next week, she went out and she worked on her own every single day, hours at a time, and made sure that she was prepared for that next week going into that tournament. And she got the game-winning hit in the championship that game. So that drive, that internal motivation to want to succeed, she's just always had it. She's always been the hardest worker in the room, you know what I mean? And that really has helped her to get where she's at right now.
I mainly played third, like, all the time, and then as I got older, I think I gained speed a little bit, so then I started to move towards short, so now I kind of bounce between the two of them. I always loved third because it was like right in the batter's face, like you're up there, you had to have a good arm, like you had to be everything, but as I've started playing more, I really like short too, so it just depends on what my coaches want me to play for that day. So I started going to like recruiting camps like freshman year, 8th grade time, and that was when most people were being recruited, and then they switched the rule to September 1st of your junior year is when you can start getting offers and start getting committing places. But I went on a few visits and I just fell in love with Butler. I loved the coaches, I loved the school, I loved how close it was, like it just felt like home there. So.
We were super excited that she has the opportunity to continue playing at Butler. Coach Scott Hall's a great coach, and she fits very well into that program. So we knew she was looking at several different schools and she had several different options, so obviously she was excited, and we were just as excited for her.
I talked to the head coach a lot. He's from like this area, so it's really nice I keep in contact with him like during the quarantine. Like he'll text me and ask me like how I'm doing, especially since like we lost our season. Like he likes to make sure that everybody's okay, that we're still working hard, stuff like that. I really thought that my junior season was going to be one of my best seasons so far. Like every year from freshman to sophomore year, I felt like I had like a pretty good like increase, but I was definitely ready for my junior year. Like the pressure of being recruited was off. I was just happy to play and be with my teammates, and I was really close to, I think it was 2 home runs away from breaking the career record at Noblesville, so I was really disappointed I missed out on that, but I mean, and also like not getting to play with the seniors for the last year, that was really tough, but I'm excited for next year. So I was all conference the first 2 years, so freshman and sophomore year. I was honorable mention All-State my freshman year, and then second team All-State my sophomore year. I was actually just ranked 6th in the state of Indiana in my class. And then I was honorable mention All-USA Indy region both my freshman and sophomore year. And then I broke the season home run record for Noblesville, which was previously held by, I think, the Miss Softball at the time. And then I was 2 home runs away from the career record as a junior. So.
Ella has made a lot of exceptional plays throughout her career, but I do believe one of the things she's known for is her power at the plate. Just several multiple home run games would definitely be some great memories that Ella has done.
Millers like to put a couple more insurance runs on the board.
There it is.
Well hit ball. That one's gone.
Kiss it goodbye.
Say goodbye to that one.
Over the scoreboard.
Ella White with a towering home run. Wow.
Number 14 on the season. She hits it deep and very deep.
Wow, that was a blast.
I think it might have been in the parking lot out there. No, the parking lot's the other way.
So my mom, Kelly, she's always been like, she takes me all my practices, she does everything for me. Like even though I can drive, she still takes me to practice because she just loves the game. She never played softball growing up, but as she's like kept going to my practices, she understands it better than anybody else. Like she'll correct me sometimes, and I'm like, you didn't even play, but she goes to all my hitting lessons, like she's always there.
Ella is extremely hard worker. I would say she can be type A personality when it comes to sports and academics, but not when it comes to her room and being organized. She's very caring and she's very easy to love.
My mom's a PE teacher. She's a PE teacher for the elementary school. She was my teacher. I loved having her as my teacher, but it was different sometimes. Some people really loved my mom as a teacher, or some people didn't like her as much, and people always felt the need to tell me, like, I look just like my mom, so people will still come up to me and be like, oh my gosh, are you Mrs. White's daughter? I'm like, yeah. Or I'll like have people say like, your mom was like so mean, but then most of the people are like, I loved your mom, like she's the best. So it just depends, and sometimes I'm like, I don't really know what to say, like, oh, like, but I loved having her as my teacher. She would like fix my hair in class, like she'd do everything. So I have my twin brother Dean, and we've always been best friends. He's my built-in best friend, so, and he plays baseball, so we'll go out like during the quarantine and everything, like we've been throwing every day, like we just do everything together. So a lot of people ask me like, what's it like being a twin, and I've loved it ever since I was little. Like I've just always had him there, and we started playing together when we were little. We played t-ball, and then as we grew up, he obviously went to baseball and I went to softball. But it's just so nice having like if my parents aren't home, like I know I have him to hang out with, or like just we can always go and like take BP and take ground balls. Like he's always there, and we talk all the time. I love having a twin. My dad is probably one of my best friends. He's worked so hard for everything he has. Like he just is the most hardworking guy I know. He's never, no matter how hard stuff gets, he always keeps a smile on his face.
Well, that makes me happy. That makes I'm about ready to choke up because I have always told her from day one, it didn't matter what she chose to do, what sport she played, anything, that she was always first and foremost my daughter. Then nothing could ever change that.
So what does Ella White like to do just for fun?
I really like to go shopping. That's definitely something I have a bad habit about. Like if I'm bored, I'll just go online, like look stuff up. Sometimes I don't even buy it, just like look it up. My favorite store is definitely TJ Maxx. I go there all the time. But I love going shopping. I love lifting. Like that's a big thing. My dad and I will go to the gym and lift all the time. And like I don't just do it because I have to for my sport. Like I'll go there just because I love it. Like I love lifting, love listening to the music, and like doing max out, stuff like that. I really want to be a strength and conditioning coach. That's my dream. And I just want to kind of show like girls that you can do whatever you want to. Like that's definitely a major that's dominated by guys, or like strength and conditioning is just dominated by guys. But I just kind of want to prove that like anybody can do what they love, and that's something that like training, and I've always grown up around it because my dad's a personal trainer, and it's just something I've always loved. So like I might as well pursue what I love. So I guess like a struggle that I've had is like putting too much pressure on myself almost. Like there's been times where like I feel like everything's on me. Like even like within school, like I put a lot of pressure on like I have to get a certain grade on a test, or I have to like perform this well, or like if I don't get this, like I failed, like stuff like that. And just overcoming that like mindset that like no, even if you don't do well in this one test, or you don't do well in this one like max out, or you don't hit well this one game, that doesn't mean you failed. Like I really had to get over that, and now knowing that I've like grown up, like I didn't need to stress about everything and just enjoy the game and have fun. And like, especially with like not being able to play this spring, like just don't take any moment for granted.
And before y'all head out, we're gonna do a few quick questions with Ella. Ella, what's your favorite movie?
Oh my gosh, that's hard. Let me think. Oh my gosh. Probably. I need to think. Wait.
And before y'all head out, we're gonna do a few quick questions with Ella. Ella, if you could be any animal, what would you be?
Definitely a dog.
And what's your favorite thing to watch on Netflix?
Criminal Minds, for sure.
If you could have lunch with any celebrity, who would it be?
Dansby Swanson.
What's your walk-up song?
Pretty Boy Swag.
And the most important question is, And the most important question is, what is one thing you want people to remember about you?
I would want people to remember like how hard I work and that I'm always happy and always have a smile on my face, and that even if I seem mean on the field, I'm really not. So.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much, Ella.
Thank you. So some shout outs I would give is definitely all my coaches. My high school coaching staff is definitely one of the best in the state. I love all of them so much. My hitting coach, Carl, my other hitting coach, Jeannie, and then she's my travel coach, of course, too. They're both the most amazing hitting coaches like anybody could have. And then definitely my friends, like you know who you are if you're watching this. And then my boyfriend, he's definitely like one of my biggest fans, and his family also. They're also amazing.